What could possibly drive BTS's Kim Taehyung, better known to millions as V, to tears in front of the entire world during a live broadcast? And why did Jungkook's supposed reaction leave the fandom reeling in confusion and heartbreak? These are the burning questions that swept across social media after whispers began spreading about an unexpected, deeply emotional moment that allegedly unfolded on Weverse Live. For a group that has faced immense public scrutiny, achieved record-breaking triumphs, and survived unthinkable struggles behind the scenes, the idea of Taehyung breaking down during a live stream felt like a bombshell. Fans rushed to understand what happened. Why was Jungkook apparently caught off guard by Taehyung's sudden tears? And was this the moment that revealed the fragile humanity behind their untouchable superstardom? At first, the story seemed simple. Reports claimed the live broadcast began as casually as any other Taehyung session. Charming, effortless, and filled with his trademark warmth. He appeared in front of the camera with a soft smile, his hair tousled, as if he had just come from a private moment of reflection. Fans expected the usual playful interactions, a few jokes, perhaps snippets of music, maybe a heartfelt message to ARMY. Instead, the rumor mill insisted they witnessed something far more intimate. Taehyung's eyes welling up with tears, his voice trembling as silence fell, shaking fans to their core. The alleged narrative continued with Jungkook suddenly joining the live, his expression a mixture of concern and shock. For a fleeting moment, the two youngest members of BTS, often seen as the embodiment of youthful energy and lightheartedness, were said to have stood in raw, unfiltered vulnerability. That image alone was enough to set ARMY ablaze. Social media feeds flooded with speculation. Why was Taehyung crying? Did Jungkook know something the rest of the world didn't? Within minutes, hashtags were trending worldwide as fans scrambled to piece together the supposed truth. Some pointed to the relentless pressure BTS has endured throughout their careers, despite their unmatched success. Others linked it to the personal struggles Taehyung has hinted at in the past, moments where he confessed to loneliness and the burden of being in the spotlight. Could something behind the scenes have finally reached a breaking point? Something that Jungkook himself hadn't anticipated? Adding fuel to the fire were claims that Jungkook's reaction deepened the mystery. Rumors said his lips pressed tightly, his eyes shifted nervously, as though he wanted to speak but couldn't. At one point, he allegedly reached out to comfort Taehyung, but stopped himself, torn between support and respecting the boundaries of a live broadcast. That hesitation became the centerpiece of fan discussions. Why would Jungkook hesitate? Was he protecting Taehyung's privacy? Or was there something more hidden beneath the surface? Clips circulated claiming Taehyung whispered something inaudible before fresh tears fell, fueling endless debates. Some fans swore he mouthed words hinting at group struggles, while others believed he was speaking directly to ARMY, unburdening his heart without naming the source. What's undeniable is how quickly this alleged moment grew into something seismic. For years, BTS has balanced openness with protection of their most private battles. They share glimpses of their struggles, but always guard their deepest wounds. That's why the thought of Taehyung openly crying felt monumental, and Jungkook's supposed stunned silence? For many, it spoke louder than words ever could. The timing made everything even more dramatic. With members navigating solo projects, military service, and questions about BTS's collective future, emotions in the fandom are already heightened. Could Taehyung's tears have been tied to uncertainty about the group's next chapter? Could Jungkook's shock reflect his own fears about what lies ahead? Every detail was dissected, especially the rumored way Jungkook's gaze lingered on Taehyung even without words. That look, fans claimed, carried worry, disbelief, even guilt. Screenshot by screenshot, ARMY tried to decode a story they were certain lay beneath the surface. Theories ranged from internal disagreements to personal hardships the members were shouldering alone. And yet, through all the noise, Big Hit and the members remained silent, neither confirming nor denying anything. That silence only deepened the intrigue, leaving ARMY desperate for answers. But here's where the narrative takes a sharp turn. Because beyond all the speculation lies one undeniable truth. The viral story wasn't real. Taehyung never openly cried during that Weverse live. JUNGKOOK never appeared suddenly on camera in shock. When fans and media outlets went back to review the actual live broadcast, they found no evidence of tears. Yes, Taehyung's demeanor was calm and reflective. Yes, his pauses and soft expressions could be misinterpreted, but there was no visible breakdown. So where did this story come from? The answer lies in the potent mix of social media virality, fan passion, and the hunger for drama during a time when BTS members' appearances are rare. A few speculative tweets and heavily edited clips were enough to fuel a wildfire of belief. Within hours, Taehyung crying and JUNGKOok shocked were trending, not because they happened, but because fans wanted to believe they could glimpse the hidden emotions of their idols. The association between Taehyung and JUNGKOok only added fuel. Their bond has long been a focal point for fans' interpretations. So even though JUNGKOok was never part of the live in question, his name was pulled into the narrative, reimagined as the stunned brother silently watching his friend break down. This phenomenon reveals something important about fandom culture. Why are fans so quick to believe such stories? The answer is both simple and profound: love and projection. ARMY has watched BTS endure unimaginable pressure. They've witnessed their joys and hardships. So when a member looks quieter than usual or pauses for breath, fans interpret it as a cry for help. But reality calls for balance. Taehyung did not confess hidden struggles during that broadcast. He did not cry into the camera. JUNGKOok did not rush in to comfort him. Those elements were fan-created, stitched together from longing, fear, and the natural desire to be close to BTS's inner world. The truth was far simpler. The live was just another check-in, Taehyung being his natural self. Unfortunately, online media made things worse. To capture attention, countless accounts and pseudo-news outlets published sensational headlines. Taehyung breaks down in tears. JUNGKOok stunned by emotional confession. These were designed to pull clicks but distorted reality. In the rush for drama, truth was left behind. For ARMY who genuinely care about BTS, the real takeaway is this: Taehyung and JUNGKOok are fine. The live was not an emotional collapse, but a calm, genuine connection with fans. JUNGKOok was never blindsided by tragedy. The members remain committed to sharing parts of themselves, while also keeping boundaries intact. And it's precisely those boundaries that must be respected if they are to thrive as both artists and human beings. This incident should also serve as a lesson. When narratives of pain are exaggerated or fabricated, they risk overshadowing the real voices of the idols themselves. Fans must balance their desire to interpret every moment with trust. Trust that BTS will share what they want when they are ready. Taehyung's true gift lies not in imagined tears, but in his ability to bring calm and comfort to millions. JUNGKOok's strength lies not in silent shock, but in the way he consistently shows resilience and joy under immense pressure. As the frenzy of rumors dies down, one truth stands unshaken. This was never a night of heartbreak, but simply another moment of connection between artist and fan. Yet, in a way, the drama still revealed something real: the intensity of love ARMY feels, the fear of loss, and the lengths they'll go to decode every fleeting moment. And perhaps that, more than anything, is the true story.